young ladies, a sad story I relate. It happened in Fort Thomas in the old Kentucky state. 'Twas January the 31st that the Red Fall deed was done by Jackson and by Wally. How Cold Pearl's blood did run. It was little did Pearl Bryan think when she left her home so gay that the grip she carried in her hand would hide her head away.
She thought it was her lover's hand she could trust both night and day.
Instead it was her lover's hand that took her life away.
One night the moon shone brightly, the stars were shining too, when to her bedroom window her faithless lover drew.
Come Pearl and let us wander in the valley deep and gay. Come Pearl and let us ponder upon our wedding day. Deep down into the valley he led his love so dear.
She said, "'Tis for you only that I have wandered here. The way is dark and dreary, and I'm afraid to stay. Besides, I'm worn and weary. I would retrace my way."
Retrace your way, no never. These woods you'll roam no more. No one on earth can save you, Pearl Bryan, you must die.
Down on her knees before him she pleaded for her life.
Deep in her snow-white bosom he plunged that fatal knife.
What have I done, Scott Jackson, that you should take my life? You know I've always loved you, and I would have been your wife.
It is your lot as womankind to suffer fate's cruel jokes. Then he took his doctor's knife and gave her one last stroke. He cut the head off from her neck, such a gruesome sight to see. Wally finished the bloody work, and together they did flee.
And while the birds were singing so gaily all around,
A stranger found Pearl Bryan, cold, headless on the ground. These two were brought to trial, and witnesses did declare that Wally and Scott Jackson, the guilt they both did share.
the jury gave a verdict, and to their feet they sprung for the crime these boys committed. They surely must be hung. Come all you fair young ladies, young men are so unjust. They may be your very best lover, but you know not who to trust.
Come on, youth and people, and gather around me. I'll sing you a song, true and loyal. It's all on what happened at 3 Mile Island, when no number 2 went to boil. The first thing they said, there was no need to worry. Then it was wrong. By God, you better well hurry. The government said there was no major crisis, but those middle town mothers, they sure had some surprises. It was no disaster forgiven. But if we don't change our minds and the crazy ways of thinking, this precious thing called life won't be worth living. Now the first thing they'll say, there's no need to worry, then it'll be wrong, but there ain't no use to hurry. The president will say, this is no major crisis, there won't be no point in waiting for the surprises.
You were born with a silver spoon, got tarnished a little too soon. Now you stand there howling at the moon, trying to change the tune, trying to change the tune. But the tune stays the same, like a fire without flame, like a bullet without aim, like a sinner without shame, like a sinner without shame. And the sinner prayed so loud, it made us all feel proud, but our heads they still stay bowed when he melts into the crowd, when he melts into the crowd. Then the crowd began to cheer as they slowly disappeared. I just notched my bandolier and I poured myself a beer. I poured myself a beer. But the beer tasted strange, just a little bit deranged, like a home run on the range, like a tune you cannot change, like a tune you cannot change.
My name is Patrick Sheehan. My age is 34. Tipperary is my native home, not far from Baltimore. I come of honest parents, but now they're lying low. And many's the pleasant day I spent in the glens of the Hello. My father died, I closed his eyes outside the cabin door. The landlord asked It nearly broke my heart, but still in all my woe, I blessed the friends who made their graves in the glens of Mackalow. Of home and the kith and kin, with nothing all around. I stood along the roadside, I slept on the cold ground. Though my life was hard and cruel, I never did hardship know, till I joined the British Army, far away from Mackalow. Rise up there, says the corporal, you lazy Irish hound. Or don't you hear, you sleepy dog, I call to army sounds. Alas, I had been dreaming of days long, long ago. I woke the bones of Sebastopol, and not in Mexico. I groped to find my musket, how dark I thought the night. Oh, blessed God, it was not dark, it was the broad daylight. When I found that I was blind, my tears began to flow, and I longed for even a pauper's grave at the ends of Mackalow. Oh, blessed Virgin Mary, mine is a mournful tale. A poor blind prisoner, here I am, in Dublin's dreary jail. Struck blind within the trenches, where I never feared the foe. Ah, but now I'll never see again my own sweet Mackalow. So I wish that your countrymen take heed of what I say. If you join the British Army, you'll surely rue the day whenever you are tempted a soldier to go. Just remember poor blind Sheehan from the tents of Mackalow. From the tents of Mackalow. From the glens of I left out of Dublin in '72. My baby, she said, what am I gonna do? Well, I left that town. Ah, yes, I left that town. When I left out of Dublin, you know I was Bloomington bound. I didn't need no steam heater by my bed. The usual girl I had, she kept it cherry red, but I left that town. No, I had to leave that town real fast. When I left Indiana, you know I was Chicago bound. I stayed in Chicago to '76. The woman I was loving played too many tricks. I left that town. I went and left that town, When I left Chicago, you know I was Pittsburgh bound. I stepped off a bus, what do I see? A shady-side woman strutting up to me. Hey, the man, how do you do? Would you like to make a little rendezvous? Meet me on Walnut at 2:45. I'll show you some local hospitality. East and the north side, or south side too. Looking good on Liberty Avenue. Bloomfield, Oakland, and Aspenwall. Uptown women really got it all. Inch for inch, a pound for pound. Pittsburgh women, they can shake it on down. They got the Cadillac walking so quickly, the Prince is shuffling Squirrel Hill. They got the mill horn funk in a mile hall, the country boogie in Dorseyville. Check it on out, there ain't no doubt, Pittsburgh will make you jump and shout. Here's a little something want you all to know. Oh, Pittsburgh's the best town I ever did go. I'm gonna live in this town, I'm gonna love in this town, I'm gonna stay in Pittsburgh's the best damn town around. Pittsburgh, PA. Pittsburgh, PA. Pittsburgh, PA. Pittsburgh, PA. I'm gonna stay in Pittsburgh all the rest of my days. Come on, you working people, and listen to my tale. It's all about a man who got fed up, now he's sitting in the county jail. John Bull was just 21, and a hard-working man was he, but he couldn't get along with his foreman and the boss of the company. They fired him on a Friday, told him get away from there, but he came back next Monday, gave them a little scare. At 8 o'clock Monday morning, not a half a second too late, Johnny walked up to the big boss man and showed him a 38. Said, you thought you seen the last of me, like a water down the drain, but I got some things to say to you, and I'll say them straight and plain. Now don't you mind this pistol, ain't it a nice conversation piece? Just put your hands on the table and relax and take your ease. Maybe my job don't mean too much to a millionaire like you, but it's all I got to keep alive, my wife and 3 kids too. Well, you, I'm just a write-off, a statistic and nothing else, but all you ever do is rearrange the golf clubs on your shelf. If you think you're gonna ruin my life, well, you better think again. Say a little prayer to the devil, I believe he's your best friend. Please now, John, the boss cried, please don't kill me now. You can have your job back right away, just put that pistol down. I don't want your stinking job, and I don't want your pity. I'm here to get you ready for a visit to Satan City. But somebody called the police, and they caught John Bow off guard. Now he's another victim of justice, sitting in the prison yard. Now all you working people, listen to this song. All know in your hearts who's right and who is wrong. There comes a time in all our lives when we push one step too far, and that's the time you push right back and do it twice as hard. The moral of this story is really very simply inferred. Do you shoot him first and you talk him last? You'll always have the final word. Chance. Sure enough, better make him dance. Woo! Look at that boss man dance. How did you step in the face? Come on, son, take your chance. Now I finally get the right of breaking up song. I never ever had the chance before, 'cause I never had a lover I could part with, and I never had to walk out no one's door. But tonight I changed your sweet face into a mask of fear. And you're right, we shouldn't blame it on the beer. I suppose we hung together maybe too long. Our river of love was bound to run its course, and even though we tried to never notice, there was no chance we'd get back to the source. We've come so far together, it's a shame to end it here. But you're right, let's not blame it on the beer. There ain't no kind of reason I can offer, and there's nothing I can do to stop your tears. You've suffered too much, too many times. I can see it killing you, and we can't blame it on the brew. I never knew a woman that I loved more. Though my feelings I could never learn to show, I kept it back, I chained you down, I mauled you through and through. And now I try to blame it on the blue. I can understand you getting mighty fed up of hearing the same old record every damn day. And I can understand how you could come to hate. Please understand, girl, there ain't no other way. Your love for me was smothered, I remember very clear, though I still try to blame it on the beer. I was born with a special kind of poison that eats away my soul day by day. It's almost done, I am consumed, there's nothing more to do. So don't nobody blame it, don't you dare go and blame it. Don't you waste your whole life trying to blame it on the blue. my days, the finest of the finest was a dream. I dreamed that all the people in the world were colorblind, and the present was the future, and the past was all behind. And nobody thought about color, nobody thought about race, or cared about the color of the other person's face. And the dictionary didn't carry any words like yellow or hate. They're unlisted and forgotten, the thoughts had met the fate. I dreamed that all the nations of the world had ceased to fight, and nobody cared about who was wrong, 'cause everyone was right. Men and women everywhere, in each and every land, who are laughing, smiling, a free at last, walking hand in hand. I dreamed there was no poverty, no sickness or despair, no jealousy, no envy, love, sweet love was everywhere. And the truth that finally overcome the centuries full of lies, and the world changed into heaven right before my very eyes. Our world, I can see we've got a lot to do before my hopes unfurl. So share the hate and spread the love, help us bring the day when my dream will be reality in every single way. When nobody thinks about color, nobody thinks about race, or cares about the color of the other person's face. And the dictionary won't carry any words like yellow or hate. They'll be enlisted and forgotten, evil thoughts had met the fate. They'll be enlisted and forgotten, evil thoughts